Welcome back to another episode of AngelsBobs Plus, episode 5. Hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys go check out our Twitch at twitch.com/RavagePlays. But yeah, so the bus area is going to be down here. We'll try to start it somewhere between these ore patches. Quite honestly, I'm not really too worried about building over some of them because infinite world, infinite resources. Well, the resources aren't turned on to infinite, although they will technically spawn infinitely, right? Because it's an infinite world. But yeah, love it. Yep. So let's see, what do I need to get this? We need 100 iron plate. Which is, again, like I said, kind of expensive. Yeah, so this machine is pretty much working now at full tilt. But not in the same sense, right? So I do want to... We can speed it up. So one way of actually speeding it up, and I'll show you, is going to be this. I want to pick up there, drop there. I want to pick up there and drop there. And what that's going to do is that's going to help make sure the machine is clear. So that way this machine, or well, this setup can make sure that this is constantly getting fed. And so that's just one way of making sure. Is just getting this little system working. So for now, what we're gonna go ahead and do is we have plenty of steel. We might actually turn this off temporarily. So I'm gonna actually just prioritize having. We didn't turn it off. All we did is we're prioritizing the iron to go down the belt. So what that does on this, right? So it's output priority right, is it's going to shift all of the iron to here. Now, once this backs up all the way, or a full belt passes through, this will then send iron this way. And then if this lane needs it, it will give it to this lane first, right? So right now it's not really splitting, per se. It's just there. So we do have a little bit more iron now. So now that we have some more iron, the main thing kind of holding us back, obviously holding us back on science, is iron. But in order to get loaders, okay, so let's go ahead and get a warehouse. Again, I think it's going to be our solid investment. Next, let's go ahead and get some tin, go ahead and get some lead, and let's go ahead and craft, sure, let's craft all that into solder. It's fine. So we're going to craft a bunch of solder. And then I want to grab as much iron as we can from the belt, because we're going to make a lot of miners. So I want to start getting mainly the saphirite mine, right? So it will require us to tear some of this up, but I'm going to try to see how far I can go without tearing any of it up. So we'll probably put the warehouse actually over here. We'll say, I don't know, right there. That should be plenty of room to route things in, right? And then, so we do have solder. Let's go get that smelting. Let's go like that. Alright, so we'll go with that, and then, so as we're waiting for that to craft, so the reason we want loaders is, so notice, it moves 15 items per second, which happens to be the speed of a yellow belt, which is great. So we have plenty of iron, plenty of that. All we need now is the circuits. Now we can craft. But look how much we have to craft for one loader. So it definitely is going to be a little bit before we get the loaders automated, but once we do get them automated, it will be amazing. It really will. You know, I didn't see for modules. No, okay, so the broken modules are not in the game. I was actually going to turn them off if they were, or just not use them. And the broken modules, for those of you who have played Bob's mods before, probably know about the pure productivity, pure speed, and pure efficiency, and then the king of them all, the God module. Those 4 modules, although yes, they're amazing, they're really good, they pretty much have no drawbacks, and they're kind of costly, but not really once you get a lot of them. They kind of break the game. And a lot of people say that it, in a way, is cheating. And again, I use that frequently in this, the term cheating. But at the end of the day, it's a game, so play it how you want. I kind of agree, as it does bust builds, because I have played with them before, and instead of having a cool build like this, you end up with just a line of assemblers with a shit ton of beacons around them, with God modules, and you don't have to worry about ratios because everything's just crapping out resources, and everything's just basically a money printer at that point, right? And so play how you want, but a lot of the community does view, or at least a lot of the community who does modded, use God modules and the pure speed and stuff as kind of broken, especially once you allow productivity into machines. You start to get really interesting things to happen. So we are getting a pretty good consistent pumping out of iron, which is nice. It's of course not a lot of iron, like it's definitely not gonna, you know, it's no inventory filler, that's for sure, but we are getting a lot of electric miners made to hopefully speed it up, because we'll actually go ahead and start showing you what that's gonna look like down kind of on this end actually. And then we're going to need to get some belts for this. So, again, we'll need some iron. So we'll sit down here and just kind of soak up the iron. Let's go ahead and get 18 belts made. Well, actually double, so really it's 36 belts being made. And then, alright. So let's head back up here with our 3 miners. Well, soon to be 9, but now this many. We'll do something like, let's see, so I want to go there. So let's go there, there. Now we're gonna, right now we're just waiting for this. I guess in the meantime I can show you what the loader does, right? So the loader, kind of as the name suggests, loads into it. And as I said previously, it's both a belt and an inserter, all in one, really. So when you have it as an output, and indicates by the top arrows, you can filter. You can tell it to filter things out, which is amazing, because we'll be using these a lot for things. Now, they are massive in their inventory. They pretty much are just a really big chest, and you can tell it, oh, look, I only want half of this thing filled, or however many, you know, red squares. You can even have it all the way up to 1, but at that point, you might as well have it be a chest. But I could see a use case for it if, for instance, you have a bunch of inputs and a bunch of outputs. It's really good for the instance, like I said, where you have mixed ore patches, and instead of trying to filter it off and do, you know, weird things with the miners, you just mine everything, put it into the warehouse, and filter out the ore. It works amazingly, really good, and it helps with a lot of builds. You will see it in a lot of my modded builds. I'll just go here, because we're going to be having some input. Do like so. So what we're going to go ahead and do is just go like that. So all we're doing, the reason we're doing this instead of just straight in, is because we want to leave some room for additional loaders as we start to mine more of the ore patch. Now you could say, okay, well, why don't you just mine this middle section, put it into the warehouse, and then already have the other sorted? You could. I just feel though it's easier for me to just put everything into one warehouse and then deal with it that way. But if you want to have it go the other way, of having just mining where they are touching and overlapping, and having that only go into a warehouse, go for it, right? Play however you want. But for us, we're just going to do this as what I've done before. now we're going to get ore. It's going to slowly build up in here, which is fine. But what we'll do is we'll probably actually take this crusher setup we have and flip it over to this side. So that way we can get we could probably squeeze a few more crushers in. Obviously we're not going to do purely direct insertion. We'll start to do some more belt things just so we can get more crushers going for this sorter. The sorter seems to be working pretty much non-stop, so we'll probably be able to get another sorter going. I believe it's a 1 crusher to 1 sorter, as long as they're the same tier. Might even be a 2 to 1, actually. So that produces... No, it is a 1 to 1, because this crafts at a 1.5 crafting speed. This crafts at 0.75, so this is double the speed. So yes, this is able to 1 to 1. So we'll have 1 crusher to 1 sorter. So we can actually technically support a second sorter. I can't make one though because I don't have enough iron. Let's go ahead and get some iron. Go from there. So go like a so, like a so. Alright, so we'll keep grabbing up iron, kind of hoovering the belt. For now, oh, okay, the rest of our miners got finished. So it's actually, so now because it doesn't really matter, right, where we put them, because, yeah, we'll just tear it up. So for now, what we're gonna go ahead and do is, right, so now it doesn't matter, right? So, I believe it's this one, yep. So now we have a rubyite. Normally that would be pretty problematic, but because it's going to go into our warehouse, it will sit in here, and then once we get another loader, we'll have only sapphirite be ejected from that specific loader, and then we'll have the rubyite go out its own loader, and that's how we're going to sort the ore. But now we do need to go ahead and get this moved so we can continue our iron production, otherwise we're not going to have a fun time because we're not going to have any iron, which means we'll have no new stuff. There is a backlog though, luckily, of some crushed sapphirite, so that will kind of deal with itself. So because we can support 2 sorters, I'm going to just do something like this. Maybe, if I can get, I need stone brick. And I have the wood, okay. Let's go up here and grab some stone brick. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get the ore sorting facility, just so we can kind of visualize some things. Now let's get some more sorters. Do the miners have lights on them? Like little, I believe they do. It looks like it, yeah. Like they have a little like spotlight or something on them. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever noticed that. I don't know if that's a vanilla thing or a modded thing. So we'll go like that and that. How much do we need to get? We just need iron. That shouldn't be too hard to get. And then I need basic electronic components. Okay, so let's go up here and grab those because I know we're crafting them. Or at least we were crafting them, I should say. Okay, so let's go ahead and get another loader going. I'll head over here and continue with our mining. Hey, how's it going, Whale Lord? Hopefully your evening is going well. So we'll just do something like that. Yeah, like that. And of course, because we are going to have buffers. Only because the outputs. Now, of course, we could eventually have this set up with loaders, and we'll kind of have that set up. But we'll have to just kind of wait and see for that one. Do something like that, like that. Yeah, you know what? Let's actually. See, because we need. Yep. Now, this obviously is probably overkill, but I'd kind of rather go more than what I need than not enough. Okay. And then loader will go like that, and then we'll go and filter sapphirite, so we can just toggle it back in. It will input the ore again, and we can toggle it back out. so, like so, and like so. And then like that, like that. And we do, again, we just need more iron, but now that we're getting it inputted, we should be able to get enough. Hopefully everybody in chat's doing well. Enjoying the stream so far. If you guys haven't already, smash that follow button, turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any future streams, as we do occasionally do streams on Wednesdays and Sundays, even though I don't have that scheduled for those evenings. But I do sometimes, we'll do random pop-up streams. Other than that, if you guys really want to support the channel, consider subscribing, as that continues to support the channel. It also gives you ad-free viewing, along with subscriber-only emotes, and priority when playing with viewers. Still waiting for stuff to crack. Did I not grab? Am I crazy? I think I'm losing it, chat. I'm gonna get some more inserters going. Head up a top. Did I not make more wooden boxes? Okay, maybe I really am going crazy, chat. Alright. So let's go ahead and throw this in the crusher. Now the reason we're doing 4 is because this technically will make 4 outputs. That's the reason. So that should speed up how much we're getting. Now we do have copper ore and slag that are going to build up in conjunction with the crushed stone. But I think for the most part we should be fine. It will buffer for a while. But yes. So right now we're just kind of waiting for iron to happen. But now that iron's actually happening, once the belt chest fills up right here, once that fills up to a stack, which, Jesus, we have a lot. Once that fills up to a stack, then science will continue happening, which I'm okay with science not happening right now, just because we're just trying to get stuff happening. Now that we're getting loaders happening, right? That's kind of the big thing. We need quite a few loaders. Quite a few loaders, though, to get going. Speaking of loaders, let's look at our blueprints. Some of these are gonna kind of make sense. Oh, perfect. I don't have to set any of that up. Some of these I can kind of identify, some of them I can't. So these are mostly modded blueprints. A lot of them we could probably get rid of. Like that. That was a very specific thing I needed a blueprint. Yeah, so I don't think it's not. That we definitely need. That we need. Anything with a warehouse is usually an indicator that we might need it. I say might, because it's definitely a might. Okay, so I don't think it might also be anything with a belt. Yeah, so these little components, we're definitely gonna need them. Oh, hey, this is like the very basic bus thing I did. It's kind of interesting. I was gonna say kind of cringe, but mainly just interesting. Hey, that I could use though. I could actually use the front half of this one. So this is pretty much what our refining process is gonna look like eventually. Pretty much we're gonna have ore coming in from the right hand side. So input from the right and then we also output to the right. So it's going to be a little bit hard to kind of visualize, but once we do visualize it, we should be good. You know what? I think I'm going to try something I've never tried before. We're actually going to stack them vertically because we'll have plenty of space here with all this water. Which means I'll have to set it like here. So ore will come in, ore will come straight down, or will then turn, go in. The output will come back and go down. It's going to be interesting. That's for sure. But I'm curious to see how it ends up working. It's not a way I've ever laid out the factory before, but I'm definitely interested to see how it ends up playing out in the overall design of things. It might work out really well, or it might not work out at all. But we will see. So let's kind of just, I don't know, I guess, duplicate. Yeah, so see, so it'll basically sit like this, which is fine. Okay, so that should work then if we place it, like, I don't know, like here, hypothetically. So, I guess we should, where's that other blueprint that I literally just looked at? Not the, it was belt, it was gray belt. It did a thing, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be super handy, we're gonna need that. I'm gonna need that one. I don't think it was in this one, or if it was, I'm blind by it, but I don't see it. Definitely not that one. Here we go. So what this one is this is actually the start of, yeah, see, because that's how much room we need, because the ore comes out on top. We are going to have to change this around and flip around the bottom input, or the bottom outputs, instead of going to the left, going to the right, because that's where we want the outputs to go, is to the right, not the left. So in order to do that, because that's only, actually no, that's all 6 outputs, right? Or am I just, I'm turning my head, I just rotated the blueprint. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outputs. Okay, and then 6 inputs. Okay, so yeah. And then we can always expand that to the west indefinitely instead of being hemmed in by. Okay, so that actually will work for us then. I think a lot better. Let's go ahead. So let's go ahead and kind of get this working then. I don't know why I mean, I kind of needed to move over here. So let's see. So the top of that ore patch is there. So then let's just say, for argument's sake, that will go there. We're just blueprinting, so it's fine. We'll just delete them. And then to connect the inputs, it's going to look something like that, right? Kind of. It's going to kind of look something like that. So then, I don't know, let's just say arbitrarily, right there will be the first thing. Of course, obviously, we're not going to quite build this like this, so there'll be some changes, but overall, it will mostly look like that. So we're going to need more loaders to get this working. Quite honestly, we're going to need a lot of loaders to get this working. As you can see, loaders are used in pretty much most of this design. 1, because they don't require power. 2, because you can filter what they output. And 3, they're pretty much faster than inserters, unless, of course, we're getting into stack inserters, and fast inserters, and 90-degree inserters, and 45s. And then, okay, I don't know about those. But I do know they are faster than current inserters that we have access to, so that's why we're going to use them. Science is actually upticking, which is a good thing. But we are going to need some of that landfill. Not really a lot of it, luckily. but we are going to need some of it just to kind of smooth out those edges. And it's been crafting for a bit. Hey, like 1,000. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so let's go ahead over and go check a thing real fast. Bomp, bomp, bomp. That bomp, bomp, bomp usually indicates that we don't have anything else queued. And we don't. Let's go ahead and get crafting speed, I guess, and wood processing. And honestly, I'm just going to queue these things because we're going to need to research them anyway. Might as well research them. Okay, so other than that, let's kind of keep going. And then head up. Yeah, just kind of head up a little bit, right? So in order to get this to work, right? I'll just, you know, fill that in. Fill that in. And then definitely want to fill this in. Right. And that should be enough space for what we need. Let's go ahead and, of course, chop down some trees, make some room. So I believe it's... I forget the ratio specifically. Of course, we can look at it in Helmod or Factory Planner, one of those max rate calculator, any of the many like factory planning mods we have installed to be able to more or less kind of just gauge where we're at with things, right? So one way of doing that is we'll put that there. I'll get rid of that. So to get this working, I need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 loaders to technically get this working. Actually, I'm gonna need more than that, but yeah, we just need a lot of loaders. I do rely heavily on them because I like them. They are not necessarily the most FPS UPS friendly thing, but as long as we're not using a massive mega base storage system, which I may or may not have done on one world and may or may not have caused some lag issues. Could have also been the 200,000 robots I had, but you know, things were working fine. We might have only been at 30 FPS, but things were fine. Yeah, we just need pretty much everything at this point. Science is happening, which is a good thing. Let's go make sure tin to copper wire is happening. Why are you guys empty? Oh, because you guys have made me like a stack and some change of copper. That is why we are no longer working. Okay. Well, there's 600 copper. Deal with it. There's a shit ton of electronics. Okay. Thank you, game. Yeah, what are we lacking? I think just iron, right? So let's go ahead and milk all the iron. Yeah, so it's like a lot of iron per. It's like, oh wow, we have a lot of iron. No, we have none. We have no iron. That's fine. It's fine. All the iron. And we need to fuel these. Always fun. Alright, let's go ahead and grab some iron. And let's go ahead and grab some steel. Cool. And then let's go down here. And go like so. Keep grabbing all the iron. I believe we need more solder. I'm gonna probably end up saying solder, so sorry in advance. You guys can yell at me later. I know it's solder, there is an L. So we will say it correctly. Especially because I know if there's any Europeans watching, they will definitely be a little bit mad. we are going to get some tin, need more basic electronic components, and to get some more loaders. Very expensive, as you can see. Like, a lot of crafting, but it's not a bad thing to always have a bunch of things crafting. It is just going to be a little bit slower, but that's kind of how this mod pack plays out, is you'll be doing a lot of handcrafting. I could not imagine trying to get, like, achievements. I mean, although these aren't technically your Steam achievements, these are just achievements to have and modded. They don't count towards your Steam shit if you have this game through Steam. However, it would be interesting, though, to try to get some of them through. Obviously, the, like, production ones don't really, you know, they're whatever. And some of the other ones are, you know, again, whatever. I just think it would be interesting to try to get, say, locomotive first 90 minutes. I think that would be incredibly difficult to do, but I think it would be interesting to try. Same thing with even just finishing the game with 15 hours. I'm not even gonna attempt an 8-hour of this mod pack, but I think it's doable in 15 hours. I don't want to say it's impossible, because more than likely there is a speedrunner who has accomplished it. And yeah, because speedrunners are insane. They pretty much break all logic. Although some of them don't do necessarily legit speedruns. They might use glitches in a game or bugs to kind of speed past parts of a game, whether that's by going through walls or going through glitch spots. Whether or not you want to count that as a speedrun, go for it. Some people do. Some people do not. So we already have... I'm not going to make any more of the machines, because we already have them over here. I'm mainly just worrying about getting the loaders made. How's power doing? Power's doing fine. Very fine in air quotations. It's fine, as we're all worried about it. Let's see here. Oh, can't insert that there, but let's insert them there. How much tin? Yeah. We're crafting 50. How much do we have? 43? Yeah, sure, that's fine. I just don't want to spend all of our tin, because right now we don't have a lot of it in excess, and it's something we need. So we'll go like that. Hey, we have 5 loaders. So we'll give us 7, because we have 2 more on the way. So just to get this working, what's the minimum number? So to get that working, so that's 5. So I need 3 more here, and at least 1 more as an input, and at least 1 more as an output. So that means 2. I need 5 more. So I need 3 more loaders to technically get that working. Probably actually 1 more. No, because that will output here and into there. So that will be fine. Chat. I need to get myself a wrist pad, like a wrist mouse pad thing. Wrist does not like extended mouse use at my desktop. Does not the biggest fan. Okay, so we are I was like, I'm pretty sure we are. Oh, perfect. Yeah, that will be plenty, because that just... Doesn't that multiply into 2? Oh, it consumes 2 at a time. Okay. So it is 1 to 1. It's just a little bit slow at doing it. Well, that's fine. How much will that show me? Is that enough of a breakdown? No. I was gonna say, I wonder how much it would give me. So there's 1. I need 2 more then. Let's get the 2 more. We should be good. And getting getting that thing going. Alright, so let's head back down here. Sweep over the iron. And go nom nom nom. Oh. So we'll go like a so, like a so. Let's see, so we did. What did we, what were, it's kind of the thing about Factorio, especially modded Factorio, is you start to kind of have a lot of different things to do. I mean, normal Factorio, like vanilla, there's some things to do, but it's more complex, right? Especially Bob's. Bob's mods, and Angel's orders make the game pretty complex. So there's definitely a lot more to do, especially in the early game. Looks like power might be fluctuating. That's indicated by the fact that everything's getting a red circle for like a second. So we will go investigate why power is not functioning at a capacity that is worth doing. Okay, so let's go ahead and head over to power. Yeah, we don't have enough coal? Yes, we don't have enough miners on the coal. Okay. So, let's make a bunch of miners. And make 4 steam engines. And 2 boilers, because this boiler is for something else, not power. I do want to get another boiler, though, just so we can even out that and kind of just maximize. Okay, so there's our extra boiler. And let's just go ahead and say, so we need 50. How many is it per one? 52. So that means we need 156 at least. Okay, so that's enough for all the loaders we need. That should be good. Yeah, we're just crafting right now. We are gonna need some of the belt we made though. So let's go ahead and grab like half a stack. Actually, you know what? No, we aren't gonna need any because we already have some right here. And it's already in the right direction, so we're good. And we're just gonna wait. I will need some pipe though, so let's go ahead and make like 20 pipe. And we do already have the burner inserters, so that's good. So now we're just gonna wait really for things in our inventory to craft. Let's look at the map. And kind of, I don't know, I guess plan out some more things. So we do have a lot more of the map unlocked. Well, I say unlocked, but just a lot more of the map scanned. Alright, so other ore smelting. I wish I could move it. Let's go ahead and delete it. So let's go ahead and say other ore smelting. It's probably gonna be about down here. I don't really care about that oil, because we have our oil and gas for Angel's PetroChem up here. There's a good ammonium source right there, which is not bad. We did try to make the ore patches kind of distant from us, but the factory is going to be huge, so a lot of these ore patches that look fairly distant, like, oh wow, we're going to have to train that into the base. Although, probably yes. We're also going to probably be having our base very close to, like, even these southern, like, really southern ores. Like, I bet even that Javolite we're going to be very close to. Quite honestly. Biters are turned on, I thought, but I don't see them, so maybe they're not. maybe modded as another config I didn't turn on, which I'm okay with. Not playing with spiders, like, not the end of the world. I didn't want to play with biters, so if... Oh, no. I think they exist. Actually, no, you know what? That's not a biter. That is an enemy turret, which spawns as part of the Ruins mod. I don't believe we have biters turned on. Or if we do, they're really, really far out. And I'm pretty sure they're not turned on, which I'm okay with. I don't need them, unless, of course, I do. Then we might be borked, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But yeah. So for the main part, kind of some of these tags indicate where we're going to be putting things. We're going to be putting power up here in the north. So boilers, solar doesn't really count in my opinion. Well, okay, it is power, but it's not going to go up here. Solar is going to pretty much just go anywhere that there's a big open space of territory. Right now everything looks open, but you'll kind of start to see more of it as we outline parts of the factory. Ore processing, it says here, but really it's up here is where ore processing is. And trains is also kind of out of place. A lot of these are going to be out of place. They were just very rough. They're just kind of roughly where we're going to be putting them in relation to the other things. So power is going to be probably up here. Trains will probably be up here. Actually, trains will probably be where power is. Power is probably just going to be anywhere that there's room by water. It might even just be here. That's probably really where it's going to be. And then iron and copper smelting are the main ores we're going to need, although there are, I believe, 12 total. 12 other ores that will need smelting. And that's not necessarily meaning the 6 that are on the ground. That just means the refined process. There are 6 total on the ground that we'll have to mine and deal with. Those 6 will be processed up here, kind of on the lake, basically. Lake processing. Other ore smelting, because we're not going to need all the ores in as big of a quantity as iron and copper. Because iron and copper are still kind of the main stars of our ore show. And then the main bus will kind of, I don't know, form itself somewhere over here. I'm going to try to have it miss this stereotype vein, just because it's fairly early on in what will probably be the bus that I want to miss it if I can. Whether that means going up a little bit higher, but I don't think we're going to go this high because it's pretty high. We'll probably end up going lower to miss it, and we'll just leave a blank spot on the bus, in all honesty. And power died. Fun. How about power doesn't die? That'd be great. Okay, we'll go like that. You don't actually need that. We do need that though. Let's go like that. Hey, boiler Mark IIs. And for now, we'll just not research anything. Which is a little bit counterintuitive. Usually you always want to be researching something, but right now we kind of are just playing get the factory working. Which is okay, right? We're not going for any sort of speed run. And now if you're doing a speed run, then yes, you would most certainly want to always be researching something, always be doing something. We are not, so it doesn't really necessarily matter. But I still believe in the philosophy of always be crafting something. So even though I'm not going to save up, you know, we're just going to get it crafting. What do we need? We have the carbon. Okay, we need solder. So let's go ahead and look for what solder we have. And there's another one. And what we are missing is probably, I don't know. The reason I say I don't know is because it doesn't really tell me what we're missing. We need, what? We can make all that. Is it what we're missing for inserters? No. Oh, it's tin. We are missing tin. Actually, no, we're not missing tin. We're purely just missing iron. Okay. Because we're basically handcrafting everything for another loader. Oh, but hey, we have the 3 we need, so that's fine. It actually worked out. Well, no, we need 2 more. So I need 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. Alright, so this was going to input. Eventually we'll have wires, which will help manage this whole monstrosity, because we're having input and output pretty much go into the same chest. So we're going to need some logic to prevent the system from shutting down. Oh, I don't know why I'm tired. Oh, I mean, I kind of do. Lightning and thunder kept me up last night, but that's fine. Buggery. Oh, son of a mother. I forgot to do a thing. But that's fine. So they're in there. And then we actually, you know what? Let's see. We're gonna craft. Yeah, let's craft all of them. So then I need 4. 4. And underground, I don't need. Cool. So I don't need any underground to get this working. Now this is gonna be an incredibly slow process, basically. Well, that's fine for now. Is that outputting correct? Yes. And then yes, we're continuing to craft, as you can see, which is fine. We are actually getting some excess, so this might even be able to support more than these current ones. But it could also be because the output's not quite getting taken out. Slash, it could also be due to the fact that the inserters are not fast enough to keep up. Which I'm going to lean it's the inserters that are our bottleneck here, not our other thing. I wish Bottleneck would kind of show me that. I mean, it kind of does, but I guess at that point, I just wanted the game to tell me what's slowing me down. How can I fix it type, right? I want the game to hold my hand, but it isn't. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at. So let's go ahead and get 1 there. And I do want to make sure that it's clear on the belt. Like a so, and like a so. And go ahead and do something like that. Like that. And then the iron we'll just have to do this for now. Actually, I won't even need to be able. Oh, that's gonna be cheeky, chat. And then here, let's go ahead and I want you to output the iron. And like I said, for now, everything is fine. Everything is fine when you're in a Factorio. Okay, so now what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're going to pull up all of this process we have here. Which includes You're probably saying to yourself, why the hell are you picking all this shit up? Should have just left it down. Although, yes. It is not entirely that simple. You know what? Well, this is going to be permanent, so I'm not going to quite have it perfect. We need a warehouse. That's one of the big pieces we've been missing. But that's fine. We will get there. So now everything has power, technically. But now we need a warehouse. So let's go ahead and get... Output priority here doesn't really matter. Of course you do input priority. That could always, you know, kind of affect things, I guess. We will need some of this. Let's go ahead and get a warehouse made. Perfect. We do have plenty of excess steel. Well, I say plenty, but it's not quite plenty. It's enough to get us going. And there's a warehouse. Hey, and it comes with a wire? No way. I could have sworn we had to make these excess. Do we get a free wire? Wire? Yeah, what the hell? Normally you have to craft those. I mean, I'm not gonna complain getting a free wire like this through a blueprint. Cool, free wire. So let's go ahead and dump that, and that. So they'll all pretty much serve their purpose. And look, chat, now we have iron ore going to the iron place. I will say I like the mod that lets us see the where a belt is connected from inventory to inventory. So it's nice. I mean, obviously these are pretty short runs, but for instance, if I want to say, okay, well, I want to see where my fuel is coming from and where is it going, and you just hover over the belt and you can say, oh, okay, well, it's coming all the way from up there into the top right. Or for instance, here, this iron, it's like, oh, I can see how it flows. It's a nice visual thing. Oh, I did not power my carbon making machine, but that's fine. That's not the end of the world if it's not making us carbon. We have like 2 stacks of carbon, I believe. So it's mostly fine. Mostly fine. Let's see, it's an hour and 30-minute mark. So we will, let's see, we've been streaming for about an hour and a half. So in about 10-15-ish minutes, we will go ahead and do the giveaway for the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate gift card. Well, not gift card, it's a code. And it is 2 months. And yes, I believe Hell Let Loose is actually on Game Pass. I could be wrong though. So I'm not sure if it's crossplay though, but with Ultimate, I'm pretty sure you can get it on PC. Yeah, so we do have plenty of mining. This will actually start to back up at some point. But we will need more loaders as usual, but this should be getting it functioning more. But let's go ahead and get more loaders crafted. So let's get 1. We need more tin. The tin tins are the things we need the most of. So let's go grab ourselves. Again, let's keep making some solder. Let's go ahead like that. See, if I keep reminding myself it's solder, not solder, eventually it will flow. Eventually it will work, chat. Eventually. Yeah, see, Cole's backed up way good now, so good. How's power actually looking? Oh, plenty. That is plenty of extra room for of power. Now, for those of you who are eventually watching this in the future on YouTube, the giveaway will already have happened, and that was done on Twitch. So unfortunately, if you were watching this on YouTube in the future, the giveaway is over. But don't worry, there will be more giveaways, both on Twitch and probably on YouTube. So make sure you check out both platforms if you haven't already. For those of you watching here on Twitch now, make sure you head over to the YouTube, go subscribe, go like a couple videos, leave a couple comments. Go on, have fun. Mainly if you want to see the first 90 minutes or the first 3 episodes, go to YouTube. They will be up on Monday, hopefully. Well, the first episode will be up Monday, the second episode Tuesday, and third episode Wednesday. Hopefully, my goal is to eventually be having an episode Monday through Friday until we finish. But other than that, if you're on YouTube, make sure you head over to twitch.tv/ravageplays. Make sure you leave a follow. Make sure you turn on notifications so you don't ever miss out on any future content we make.